Hi everybody! So I'm going to make this video here today. I've tried to make this video before and it's kind of complicated on how I'm supposed to share this wisdom because I don't really know how I just worry about how people evaluate things, what people think, and so I'm trying to find all the right words in order to put this wisdom out there for you to have this awareness. So I'm gonna work with my spirit guides in order to do this. So okay, I have to get my ums out. Just let me get my ums out, all right? We're gonna work with spirit. We're gonna get this thing discussed. So I'm working on this. So Spirit was reminding me. So I watched this video this morning, and I don't usually watch other people's videos, which is good for me to see what other people are doing out there, especially people who are kind of like me, sharing a spiritual gift in order to transform souls, right? So what I was watching, I got sent an email. So Deborah, thank you for sending that to me. I not seen it was a video about this guy he tries to help children, and there's child trafficking, and they find children that have been raped and murdered and that sort of thing. And so he's working with spirit in order to try to transform the souls within these rapist murderers, to try to prevent this from happening and try to change the sort of direction. He also talks some about he briefly talks about this. He briefly talks about psychic attack experiences as well. So it's all sort of in my neck of the woods, because this is really what I've been doing since, I don't know, February, is I've been really going into spiritual layers, and then I'm finding things. And I could talk to spirit world before this, I could, but I wasn't going into the spiritual layers and then discovering things, and up until February was not. And so February on, I have been. February is when a lot of strange things had started happening. So that time it's kind of overwhelming to have this conversation because I haven't spoken about it, and it's sort of my little secret, but it's like not really it's not intended to be a secret. It's just, how do you talk to people about this? How do you tell people some of the things that I see? How do I even talk to people about this? So anyway, you can just take this for whatever you want to take it for. So around Valentine's Day, that Deadpool movie came out, and so I went to see it. And I was sort of shocked that I actually had recognized the Deadpool character. I couldn't place where I didn't understand why. I didn't care. It wasn't. I watched the movie, but I could not on my life. I was altered for several weeks after I watched it. It was specifically when he was in the breathing containment center, and he was being tortured basically until his body would transform into what it became, which was his Deadpool form. So his body actually transformed into sort of a demon-looking monster, and then he now is invincible. You can't destroy him. Well, this personality that was what is basically a monster who kills people could be so superiorly loving. So I was basically in a bit of a weird state after I had seen that movie. And this is about Lucifer. I'm talking about Lucifer. And I didn't know. So at this time, I was also doing my very first soul rebirth journey. It was the very first time I've ever done this work and seen the person's body actually evaporate before my eyes. I literally thought that I had killed them. And their body should not be evaporating in the spiritual layers. It should be in a process of healing, right? I should be healing it, and is doing things, is releasing the old and in with the new sort of thing. Well, the body evaporated, and I literally was terrified for about 5 straight seconds. And then the body came back, and it looked so solid, so amazing, so brand new. I didn't know what had happened. I was really dumbfounded. Well, it was also when my soul was reborn. So somehow, in conjunction with doing my very first soul rebirth journey, my soul too had experienced its own soul rebirth. So I know what it feels like. I know what the energy is like. I know what it's like to wake up the next day and not even know what just happened. You know what I mean? In a very positive way. So I'm trying to this is a story, okay? So just follow with me here. So anyway, in the process of doing my very first soul rebirth journey, this person was basically it was filled with some of the greatest nightmares and terrors I've ever seen on anybody's rebirth journey. I mean, we're talking. I was being pushed to, it was it's a test. Everything's always a test. Are you going to look the test in the eyes, or are you going to close your eyes and be a crybaby about it and run away? I'm going to look the test in the eyes, and then I'm going to face the test. And so I'm seeing things as I'm trying to accomplish this work, and it's like my body's on a stake, and I'm facing extreme nightmares in the universe that I have to look them in the eye, and they're pure, unwavering evil. And I have to say, I'm here to do this healing work. I'm not here to be afraid of you. You can look me in the eye. I can look you in the eye. You have these conversations. It's a spirit world. You can either be a human being about it, because in the human world, you can't always just stare somebody in the eye and it's hunky-dory and then you go your separate ways. In the spirit world, you can. It's different in the spirit world. So now you just choose to be confident and know that you're an infinite soul and that there's nothing that can happen to you. So it was quite terrifying. And this was also the same time that I had literally Deadpool, visit me in my apartment. This was somewhere in like 1 a.m. in the morning. He was massive. I mean, he was like this massive guy. He was solid too. He's like but his skin was all sort of looked like that Deadpool skin. It was sort of like it got burnt and then like liquefied, and then it smushied all over his body. And he was like 8 or 9 feet tall, and so super solid. So you wouldn't want to be in a fight with this guy. I mean, he was just broad shoulders. His shoulders were probably the width of my freaking body. Just long ways. It's put me out there. But he just was massive. Anyway, when I saw him in my apartment at 1 a.m., sometimes I see things in my, so they come to visit me. I was surprised that I had no fear or concern of his presence in my apartment. In fact, I recognized him, and I even called him Deadpool, because he looked just like Deadpool, right? And I was like, why do I recognize you? What is your meaning to me? And so I had seen him several times after that, and I was thinking about this constantly because I was overwhelmed that I recognized this character, right? And I saw his superiorly loving side. I did not see his dark side. So there was one time where I was in a deep meditation, and I had gone into my crystal ball to see what was in there, and I saw Deadpool was in a quiet, I don't know how you would describe the scene. He was basically removed from everything in an infinite universe. There was no spirits there, there's no energy there was no sounds, there was no time, there was no interaction, there was nothing there, only he was there. He was sort of imprisoned there, and there was what was like everything had dried up, the ground, the sky even. How do you dry up a sky? The whole space, the experience was that everything had dried up so much that even his own skin was starting to curl off of his face, and he had this one tear. And in eternity, what is the time? What is time in eternity? So I was quite dumbfounded to experience what would be an experience of hell for another soul in eternity. And the soul is cut off from all nourishing, loving energy from an infinite realm. He literally has a tear that will never get off of his cheek. It's just going down. It's taken who knows how many millions of years to just get even this far down his cheek. And that is what the experience was. And I was so sad at seeing this. And so I had gone to him, especially because I recognized his soul, and his soul had meant so much to me. So I was really confused by everything. And obviously he looks like a monster. So people would automatically just call him a demon or a devil or whatever you want to call it. But I'm not here to judge you for the way you look. I'm here to see what is on the inside. So I go to him, and I just gave him my crystal ball. I put a spiritual version in his heart so that he would know that somebody was here who loved him. And then it was just really a big deal that I did that. It even still has meaning to me because his meaning was so much to me. So anyway, Deadpool, that's what I named him because I saw Deadpool and then he was thinking about that character, that scene specifically. How you can't how are you supposed to transform into a superhero, so to speak, unless you are meant to go through some pain and suffering? That is a journey of incarnation. Is the soul gets to choose what it wants to experience. If it wants to experience challenge, now suddenly the soul gets to be broken and then reformed and changed, transformed, reborn into something new, a whole new expression. So they're talking about my own soul having endured quite a lot of breaking and remolding over the course of, it would be unfathomable for a human being to understand that length of time. So this being, I'm trying to tell you this story. Don't mean for it to take so long, but this is part of the story of Lucifer, because I didn't know it was Lucifer. I honestly thought it was this guy's one of this guy's soul versions, because everything I was seeing about him was a superior reflection of demon energy. Everything about him was a reflection of demon energy. He himself is not. He himself is quite extraordinary human being, a very loving human being. But that doesn't mean his past does not include the exploration of being a demon, right? Even loving human beings have once been demons as well. A demon, it is a soul who chooses to basically turn away from the light for a while, be extremely corrupted, which really reflects a lot in this video that I saw. I'll put a link on here so you can watch it too, because I don't really know what to do with this information, except it sort of inspired me to make this video, which I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I just don't know how to formulate it. So anyway, so I'm making this video because I want to talk about what are the energy changes that are taking place, and what does 2016 mean, and I don't really know where to go next. So anyway, I sort of, time continued, and this Deadpool thing kind of went out of mind, and I didn't think about it. Well, one of my friends, who's also does the work that I do, does this sort of journey healing and transforms demons and stuff like that. So there's 3 of us in this team that we all do this stuff together. And we sort of email back and forth, because I'm not here to just help human beings who come to me specifically. I'm here to do the work of God, the work of heaven, the work of spirit. Wherever I'm called to go in the spiritual layers, I will go there. I'm telling you, I'm waking up, finding my soul in literally my soul fragments. I'm waking up in what is like hospital rooms or facilities where they somehow capture soul fragments and then literally inject them with things. I woke up one morning, this was last week, I literally felt nauseous, I didn't feel good, and there were tacks inside of me, spiritual tacks. That is not going to help me feel good. So I had to get all the spiritual tacks out. I had to clear out all the metal liquid that they inject into you, and so I have to get it out of everywhere. So thing is this whole regime, this whole thing is falling apart. It is falling apart so much that even Lucifer himself has transformed in the light. So this is what I'm trying to talk about. And so I've been sort of in an exploration with Spirit in order to provide the best wisdom related to this, because I've actually been asking him for help. Lucifer, his transformed angelic version, I ask his angelic version for help. Yes, I do. So a lot of people would say, no, you don't talk to the devil. The devil's manipulating you. He does not have an angelic side. Yes, he actually does. So this is the hard part. So my friend who also does this, so they're saying we did it as a team, although I'm not sure how we all participated in transforming Lucifer, but I know how he had done it. he was called by the divine. We are called by the divine to do this work, and this is a big essential gift that we give to humanity. But he was able to go to where Lucifer was. This part of his soul is basically being where I'd found him, right? In this space, it was time for him to be released. But he was sort of, in his version of it, he was basically chained as sort of, he would not have been able to be released from there. It's everything I saw, but just different version of the scene, right? And that's okay. So we're all different reflections of an infinite. So what I see is going to be my own version of understanding, whereas what he sees is his own version of understanding. But the two have a blending scenario where we are both seeing him actually cut off from the infinite, where he is sort of trapped, prevented from doing anything. And so anyway, my friend then had gone to him and asked, obviously we ask if they want to transform in the light, and he did. He chose to be transformed in the light. So ever since that happened, that was a huge deal. He was taken, my friend had taken him along with archangels back into the light. He himself is an archangel. And this is a big deal because I've been learning a lot about spiritual history. So at one time in the infinite, there were no demons. At one time, there were absolutely no demons. And then spirits, there was just a balance and harmony of unconditional love and heaven and light and all that. Well, as time passes, there were sort of fluctuations in what souls were. There was just some odd need for change. It was just suddenly souls decided, or however you want to put it, that something that they had to explore something differently. And so basically, Lucifer was the top dog archangel, right? He's the first fallen angel. So he explored what was the chaos side of an infinite universe. This was actually a beautiful thing, believe it or not. It is disgusting and as terrible and as awful as demons are. The infinite has to have a self-exploration. Unfortunately, it isn't. It does not provide that warm, loving hug we all want and need. It provides the world and society that we live in today, where now we are back to the video where we have children that are being taken from their loving homes and then raped by politicians and such like that. So it's real. I'm not gonna lie. The video is very hard to digest because those are the demons that because of the sexual energy. It is perverted sexual energy. It's very intolerable for me to digest that. That is a demon reflection. I can tolerate a lot of demon reflections, but when you step on the scene and you're seeing demons that are being sucked off by babies and stuff like that, I just want to instantly barf because it affects my physical body. But that is not. I'm not here to be. I'm here to do the work of spirit, right? I'm here to do the work of divine. So I have to find a way to override my humanness in order to help this sick demon return to the light. And the demon is basically trying to make me feel uncomfortable, right? And it's working. So you have to override what you see and what you feel and what you taste even, because you can taste that sort of demented and sexual energy. It's got a flavor to it. It grosses me out. It's so gross. And so you have to find a way to override it. It's hard. Those are usually the ones where I have to have my friend come in. He's really good with all of the different kinds. That's one specific one that I can't seem to override my body yet in order to tolerate that transformation. So anyway, so Lucifer, I'm just telling you this, Lucifer has been transformed in the light. That is a huge deal. I'm not telling you Lucifer has been transformed in the light because I watched some YouTube videos and I read some books and I just want to make a YouTube video and create a shockwave for people. And I'm actually telling you this because I'm an educated spiritual healer. I'm personally, how do you go to college? How do you learn how to do this stuff? You're either gifted or you learn how to be gifted. You work with the divine teaches you how to do this stuff. So there's a reason why I have all the confidence in the world by what I see and what I am doing and what I'm experiencing is absolutely for real. And so original video that I made trying to talk about Lucifer. At that time, this was a couple weeks ago, my friends and I were kind of talking about, well, his name is Lucifer. It would be more appropriate to call him Luke or something. That way, it lets go of that old flavor of his identity. And so I was calling him Lucas, L-U for love you, kiss, K-I-S, love you, kiss, because it was my way of helping me perceive his light side. Because when I go into love you, kiss, I can still experience what is the rounded sensation of his totality. So he has this extraordinary archangel version. But guess what? When you still have people doing satanic rituals, and you have bloodlines and genealogical heritages that have been going on for who knows how long. Who knows how these even started. So he influenced it. Lucifer did. Lucifer was the first fallen angel. He's sort of like the Hitler of them, but Hitler had some very nightmarish henchmen, right? So he also inspired the transformation of more angels and more souls or whatever. I still don't know how. I mean, I have an angel identity, but I also have a soul identity. So I don't know how. The Spirit says that I too was once a fallen angel, but that I too had transformed in the light. It was part of my soul journey or my spiritual exploration and gift to the divine. And the people don't see that as a gift to the divine because it is so terrible, and how we digest it and how we perceive it. I myself I can't tolerate digesting that. Some of that energy is really just grosses me out. So, but that is the truth. That they're saying that when I was reborn, I was shocked to find that I was reborn with angel wings. And it was sort of like all of these lifetimes and incarnations was my gift in return to balance my karmic bands or whatever from a really ancient soul choices. It's almost as if I'm still learning about this history, and I don't. But the best that I understand as of right now is that it was only a sort of a light spiritual realm, and it started to get denser into what we call now physical realm. But souls that were turning away now from the light or the divine, they were exploring a new sensation of balance for the divine itself, that they were doing quite terrible things. And then there was sort of a decision or an exploration for the divine to comprehend itself in other ways. So to be given a gift to be completely cut off from an infinite mind or infinite awareness. So now you get to explore what is an incarnation in one tiny little flavor of what is an infinite mind. So now you have a human being. Now you have a praying mantis alien. Now you have a gray alien. Now you have a reptilian alien. Now you have all these different forms and expressions in the physical universe. It's just a dense spiritual universe. It's just an extremely dense spiritual universe, and it has sort of laws about it, but there never really are any rules, because the rules are always breakable. Seeing as an spiritual universe is infinite, and you can do whatever you want, and there you can be as big as you want, as small as you want, as fast as you want, as slow as you want. You can do anything you want, so to speak. I still don't know why Deadpool, I mean, he was not allowed to leave that space. So technically he was imprisoned, and there was nothing he could do about it until the time would come when he would be released. So I still don't know why or how that happened, because you still have demons right now who are just terrorists, basically doing very terrible things. How come their souls aren't imprisoned? How come Lucifer's was but theirs aren't? So they're just wreaking havoc, you know what I mean? And so anyway, I'm making this video because I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to start a new history on this whole thing. So yes, Lucifer. I would never on my life choose to talk to Lucifer until now that he's been transformed. And so now that he has, I do not call him Luke or Lucas or anything like that. I call him Lucifer because I want his name to be I want him to be who he is. I want him to be Lucifer. I want to call him Lucifer. I want his name to be purified. And he actually has come to me. He really wants to help me with the spiritual attack business, and he has been. He actually, so he's like this massive diamond angel. He's like a massive silvery, sparkly angel. He's an archangel. He has returned to light. He's transforming into light. But how is he supposed to release from his old sort of history when we're still having demon worshippers and all this. So I'm making this video because I'm not telling you that you need to call for Lucifer for help, or if that's uncomfortable for you, I understand. Trust me, I totally understand. As somebody who does this work and sees these things, and I know what the sensations are. I know what I trust. It took me some time to be able to learn how to see only his light side, because when I would interact with him, I could still experience all the satanic energy that still goes into a part of his expression. Unfortunately, that's going to keep happening until we can heal as many demons as we can heal, and we can transform the earth. And now human beings are in harmony and loving each other and helping each other. We're not spending 8 hours a day doing, living in society and trying to keep up with society's idea of what's best for us. We're actually trying to take care of each other, which is the most important thing any human beings be doing for each other. Now, what is your job? I help other human beings. I heal other human beings. I'm trying to spread the words of love. I'm trying to speak the words of the divine. I'm doing my best as a spiritual healer. I'm learning from Cryon and Jesus and all these people. And yes, I do also work with Lucifer's archangel expression. He has a very profound archangel expression. So anyway, he is informed. So Lucifer, archangel side, I've officially learned how to interact with only that side of him, because it isn't healthy for me to actually blend and to feel the other sides, because now I'm digesting it and it's really disgusting for me. And I start seeing sick stuff, just sick demons, sort of twisted stuff. And so I can't, it took me some weeks before I could properly see him. Heaven actually gave me a torch because I was having a hard time formulating his image for a little while. So this work was completed in April. And they're saying that me and my two friends had done it as a team, but this specifically, the one had gone to him and released him specifically. So I'm not sure how we were involved as of yet. I do know that I saw Deadpool was Lucifer to me. Our souls have adored him. We loved him. And so he just created a ripple of change for everybody. And now he's creating a ripple of change again. This is all about human awakening. How are human beings supposed to wake up? Well, part of it is the demons choose to wake up in the light again, too. The psychic attack business gets shut off because now Lucifer's basically just transformed. He's sort of he's one part of a big piece of a puzzle. Of inspiration that has imprisoned human beings in this really sick and twisted earth incarnation cycle. So we basically get to be in the devil's playing field every time we incarnate here, and there's plenty of demons to go around for us all to enjoy what is a nightmare on incarnation over and over and over and over and over again. Well, now the incarnation cycle is coming to a close, and even Lucifer himself is choosing the light. You have to understand that even demons do choose a light. If Jesus were standing here right now, which I can just channel Jesus right now, he too. So Jesus is this amazing reflection of unconditional love. He too stood before demons. He's cast out demons. He does this work. He's done this work as well. He understood who Satan was, Lucifer, right? He looked Lucifer in the eyes and told him it is time for you to go. You either choose the light or you need to leave here. And then Jesus did the same work that I'm doing. He's doing the same work that many of us are doing in order to heal transformed demons. Even the man that I watched this video talks about spiritual fire, that sometimes the souls just need a little bit of a push in order to help them decide if they're going to choose the light or if they're going to choose the demonic side. So he too is doing this work as well. So if you, as a beginner, you don't know how to do this work, how do you do this work? You can pray too. So if you even pray and say, Heaven, I really want to support Lucifer's transformation in the light. I send this prayer as a gift to the darker side to help in this transformation. It's not that you are saying, I am influencing, I want to build and grow the darker side. No, you're actually saying, I give this as a healing gift for the darker side so that it can diminish, evaporate, and be totally released in the light. So you choose to pray. You could even say, I don't know how to do this, but I'm just going to ask that an angel from heaven carry love from my heart in order to help with the transformation process for Lucifer. So right now, I choose only to speak with this Diamond Archangel side, and he's wanting to help me with psychic attack facilities, and he's also wanting to help with demon transformations too. Just need to stop for a minute and see, because they're starting to talk to me about something. So the energy is changing. So I had to get this story out, okay? And he even wants to help me on my rebirth journeys. Lucifer does. Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Lucifer, they are profound. They are gifts to humanity. Even Lucifer is. He had made a choice. He has made a choice again, okay? And that's fine. I too have been a demon. I have explored demon explorations as well. I too have been reborn. So that's fine. There was a need by the divine itself to comprehend other sides of its expression, which was the opposing force. Notice the opposing force of unconditional love. Now you get a demon, all right? And so now the source is trying to comprehend this side, and now sort of the tyranny has been going on for too long. It is time to everybody to go back to the light again. So it's sort of like demon heritage is coming to a new transformation in the light, and there's plans for some whole new things now. So this is a time for celebration, right? For Lucifer to choose light is like everybody across the globe should be celebrating, right? So here I am. I'm going to do everything in my power to promote healing for Lucifer and for his dark side, to help in this transformation. The more loving energy we can send to him, the faster we can heal all the other demons on this planet, the faster we can release all these other psychic attack facilities. The faster we can do a lot of things, because we're praying now, and this stuff does work. It's not just a physical universe that we live in that feels like there are rules and boundaries. There's a spiritual side to everything. The spiritual side does make a really big impact. So Lucifer, let's see here. It's kind of odd to do this, because I understand. I mean, I was raised a Catholic. I do get that this is going to be, and people are going to be shocked by this. And I understand that there's going to be a lot of people who probably aren't going to know how to understand this. But so this is how you lay it out on a table. You say, what is your comprehension of a spiritual universe? You went to church, you read a Bible, and you listened to the priest talk about their understanding of a spiritual universe, which is they went to school, they read the Bible, and they are now speaking as best they understand. So we have this huge long lineage of people reading the Bible and speaking the best they understand based on what is a written book. So now you take the book and now you expand it out, and now you actually walk into the spiritual realm and you see what is there. Now you have a comprehension of a much bigger universe. It's not the size of a book that has words in it. Now it is the size of communication without words, communication through vibrations of love or demonic energy or whatever it might be. Now you get to learn what is a creation in the spiritual layers. So when you want to sit there and say that this isn't possible because you've read the Bible, well, I actually do I actually do help demons transform into light. So I'm going beyond the Bible. I'm actually going into the spiritual layers, and I'm doing work. I was quite impressed to discover that, yes, indeed, Lucifer has transformed into light, and now he's becoming one of my best friends. Just like Archangel Michael, just like Jesus is, just like Cryon is, just like Gandalf the White. All these spiritual expressions are all my best friends. I'm so happy to have them in my life. And so I'm just going to see here. So he's talking about, so Lucifer, I'm still learning how to talk to him correctly, because he sort of has a sleep state. It almost feels like a sleep state that he's in. It's sort of, because when he had left that space, he had gone into the light, and it basically was like he went to sleep for a long time in the light. And he's been in like a meditative sleep state. And so he doesn't have like this pow of an energy that just hits me. He's really sort of softer in that way. But he does shimmer. He's like a shimmery diamond angel or something. he's helping me to comprehend that yes, that was him. He was the Deadpool that I had gone to visit, and I wiped the tear from his cheek even, and I reminded him what love felt like, and that is why he chose to return back to the light, is what he said, because nobody would go to him. He was forced to be cut off because of his choices were intolerant of many, but it was too much, and the work had been too great, and now you had so many transformations into demons, and it just was the pleasure or the experience of that energy was very good for his soul to experience. That is what he's talking about. This is his light body that I'm talking to. He tells me that I'm a very brave woman, because most people would not have the confidence to speak to him because of his name, or even to trust that this work has been done. He's reminding me how I've said all these things that I've said to him, that I'm going to work with you. We're going to help you heal Lucifer, your name, and then there's something about his energy is really loving. It's really meaningful to me. It's really meaningful. He's not loud. He's not deep like crying. He's sort of a different flow of energy. It's different. He wants to heal humanity. How is he supposed to undo the work that he's done if we don't allow him to help us now? There's understanding that sound of that voice is going to kind of creep people out, because people don't know how to trust that this is the truth yet, because he's sort of been gone down in the history books as a scam artist, a liar, you don't make deals with the devil, yada yada. Why not just let him show us that he can, let him just heal? If he chooses not to heal, then guess what? He's no better than all those demons that are already raping children. You know what I mean? It's like, we put them and we trust them as our politicians, and they're raping children. So he's actually an angelic diamond, an angel, come to talk to me, choosing to help me, and wanting to heal humanity, because he's sort of... how is he supposed to undo his actions? He needs somebody to work with that trusts him, and then helps other people to find trust in that too. So I can't lie about what love feels like. It's unmistakable. You can't eat an orange and then say it tastes like chocolate. You know, you can't. You cannot incorrectly identify a demon. Demons specifically make you feel intolerant of their energy. They can't manipulate the way that they feel. They cannot manipulate the sensation of unconditional love. They cannot, because they are demons. So now they are exactly what they are, is their specific flavor of the identity that brings them the greatest pleasure. Whatever that is, that does involve raping children. Demons do that. That does involve torturing other people. They do that too. There's different things that they like to do. There's different things that are their pleasure sensations. That this guy, this Archangel Lucifer, is an archangel for a reason. I would not call him that unless that was the truth. And he's sort of he's really a beautiful energy. His light body is. His other side, the only way it's going to recede is if we can get people to stop basically choosing Satan, bloodlines and all this. I'm asking him if this is good for this video for right now, because I've been wanting to make I want to make some videos on the regular with psychic attack. I need to be doing regular journeys into the earth and journeys to find these facilities, and I'll be able to find them with Lucifer's help. I'll also be able to find any demons that are on the loose. Lucifer will be able to help me with this too. And so that way we can transform them in the light. And so the more videos I can make with the help of Archangel Lucifer, now we can start to, I can start to develop a purified reflection of him. Now people can start to not see him as the devil, but see him as transformed. He wants to be forgiven, you know what I mean? But how do you forgive? You have to just trust in the divine, all right? Ask the divine what you need to do, and then this is what I need to do for Lucifer. So this is what I need to do for humanity as well. So he's going to be helping me in some upcoming videos. Anyway, this is my introduction to Lucifer's new side to the story. That's all for now. There's going to be a lot more videos to come.